neon pink, kind of like a cupcake heaven.
Okay. Y'all ready? Let's call the Architectural Review Board meeting Wednesday, December 17th, 7 o'clock. Roll call, please.
Mason, Morrison,
Here.
Barman,
Here.
Kress.
Here.
Okay, first thing we'll do is pledge allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, next on the agenda is citizens' time. Any concerned citizens out there want to approach the podium? Alex, do we have any emails? Okay, and we'll move on to a minute approval. We got 3 sets of minutes in there. Since you want to pull one of them, don't you?
Yeah, Alex, can you pull the, I think it's the regular August 20th minutes, specifically look at the demolition COA. This is on our packet page 6, and just justify review the language that we talked about. Thank you.
Okay. So I guess we'll do a consent, if I could get a motion for consent minute approval items 4, 1, and 3. If I can get a motion, please. You want me to hold the motion? I usually don't like doing it since I'm the chair, but
What do you mean 4, 1, and 3? Because I guess mine says 1, 2, and you're wanting the minute approval for these, right?
right, you wanted to pull the
Yeah,
August
yeah,
20th.
So just 1 and 3.
Yeah,
I thought you said 4,
In
didn't you?
section 4.
I thought.
I had the same
Yeah,
question.
Yeah, okay.
Okay,
I'll make a motion to approve the Architectural Review Board site visit August 20th, 2025 at 6 p.m., as well as the regular meeting on September 17th, 2025.
do I have a second?
Second.
Okay, last chance for discussion. Put it up for a vote. All in favor, say aye.
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 Okay, moving on to the agenda items. Meeting schedule.
On packet page 13, this is our 2026 meeting schedule that we have currently proposed. Of course, we will have some adjustments as we come up against weather or lack of quorum, but this is tentatively what we are proposing for 2026 for the third Wednesday of every month. If there's anything currently ahead of time that anybody knows about, such as spring break for the public schools that would cause conflict, we can certainly adjust now, or we can take care of it as we approach the meetings closer.
I don't think I'll be in attendance January 21st, but I don't see an issue otherwise.
Okay.
Okay, parliamentarian.
This year.
Okay.
I think I looked at that. So, yeah, look good.
Parliamentarian, do we need to adopt this?
To make it official,
Please
it
adopt.
is an official board action. Otherwise, it's kind of considered just tentative. So it would be good to just do it.
Okay.
I'll make a motion to approve the 2026 meeting schedule.
And second.
Okay, motion and second. Last chance for quick reminded dates that you might be missing or need to change. Okay, let's put it up for a vote. Since this is a schedule, roll call, please.
Morrison,
Yes,
Harbin,
Yep.
Kress.
Yes.
good. Thank you. Next item is ZP number 1202-66 2. COA up, for updating branding sign.
Yes, thank you, Chair. So we're on packet page 14. I have also passed out a couple of supplemental documents for board members for reference. So documents that have been passed out include images of Crumble Cookie and the other inline businesses of the 3 multi-tenant structures that sit on the same development for reference during our discussion. So tonight before us, we have an application for the Crumble Cookie to change their signage there on the end cap of the location off of Watts Road. The current signage is depicted in one of the images as well as in the packet. It is currently a white letter sign on a black backing, and it has a logo, looks like a little chef there. And what they're proposing to change the sign to is the new franchise branding. And you can find that on packet page 24. And so they're proposing the pink background with the black lettering, and it'll state Crumble. So the sign applicant has also supplied a example up there, paint chip of the pink coloring for the board's reference. At this time, I will invite the applicant to please come to the podium, and you might need to push the on button for the microphone to work. It should turn green at the base. And I'll let them further explain anything, any additional detailing of the application, what they're proposing.
We're basically proposing to take the existing signs down and put the new ones up. They've done a rebrand corporately, and this is the new brand.
Okay. Yeah, anybody on board have questions for the, I guess, representative for Crumble? Now, I'm assuming you're just putting the sign up. You're,
Correct.
the details and stuff, that's all preference of the owner, franchise or whatever. and
Correct.
You probably couldn't answer any of the questions we would like to direct towards
one at me.
throw it at you?
Yeah.
Well, are you aware that this complex does have a sign package that
I was told
supposedly?
that by the landlord, and he actually thought that this would have been okay to go through without an ARB review.
Yeah, I mean, in the past, we've been fairly loose on the package, adding colors to it. But most of the colors we usually base off of an approved palette that we have. Now, what comes into issue here, of course, is that the pink isn't part of one of our approved palettes, and you're looking at putting this on the background. So
Correct.
this kind of poses a situation where we have to definitely throw out comments to determine how we feel about going against all of our guidelines.
Okay.
Anybody have any comments?
Well, I think it'd be good, Emily, can you kind of go back and do like a refresher of like what was previously established? I know you provided this master signage approval letter dated December 12th, 2022. And it references buildings 3, 6, and 7. I don't actually know where that occurs, and
Yeah.
but it does reference a use of a flat back black metal. So it would just be kind of nice to know what was previously established.
Yes, so the approval letter that the board has, and I'm happy to share a copy of it, that was from 3 years ago when we were working with a lot of these tenants when they were first building out in these structures. So in the reference of the letter, buildings 3, 6, and 7 are these multi-tenant structures there on site. And so you will have Building 3 is the building with Five Guys. Building 6 and Building 7 are the two in the back. So Building 6 is the one Crumble Cookies in, and Building 7 is the one with Brewster's. So in the master sign plan, the criteria allows for the end cap units to be those with the backing boards. The other inline tenants that are in between the end caps, those are the ones that should have only the individual letters mounting. So this here states in the approval letter that it was passed with the following conditions: that the flat black metal is used on the pylon and the wayfinding, and then that we went through future sign applications with the brief narrative, reference of the master sign plan, the architectural plan. So in the master sign plan reference, there is an allowance for businesses to go with colors and logos of their branding franchise. But there is still room for consideration of the color palette as it is the architectural review board's historic palette.
So, yeah, I understand that pink is the business's trademark, so to speak. And I guess the font used here is going to be part of their trademark. Is that correct?
Correct.
Yeah. Now, I know in the past when we first started with the signage, we even had a restriction on the fonts.
That's
But we've tried to relax that just because it becomes a trademark to the companies.
yes. And
So,
real quick, I'm sorry.
okay,
In the note here on the master sign plan, it specifically states that if the franchise company did not have a specified font, then we list out exactly the fonts utilized. So in this scenario, we would be accepting of Crumble's font.
yep. And I'm not too opposed to the font or even the color as it stands outside of our palette. If it handled the lettering, but we have the backdrops that are in the sign package. So I'd like to truly see that get flipped if possible. That would be my recommendation. Do I have any other feedback from board?
So rather than using the existing color scheme, you're saying use pink lettering and a black background.
Yeah, or the whatever color you want to
Yeah,
consider.
the white on
The black background with the white lettering.
Yeah, you can keep the black background, but I wouldn't be too opposed to the pink since that's their branding on the lettering. But I don't know how you guys feel where that would fit in. As you can see by the signs, you can kind of see the different colors that have gone across the signage. Himalayan Grill has a multi-colors. Brewster's has its cherries for its icons.
Is there no process to take this further and see if we can get the color that they want and the sign that they want? Or are you saying that the pink background's not going to be acceptable?
Well, that would be a vote of the board, right? For me, I don't think it fits in with the surrounding signage that's within this complex. The pink background, it falls out of the black backgrounds. I mean, there were a few that were exceptions that were made. I think Firehouse is a red background, but they're following colors that have been approved within our palette. Like I said, this color is kind of outside of our palette approvals. So it would have to be an exception. And for me, I don't think I would be making that exception looking at the surrounding signs.
Okay.
That's me, but it would be a vote of the board.
Is it a different process to get an exception? Or is this the end of the line?
We can deny what's here, conditionally approve it with full vetted approval of the planning zoning personnel, right? As an administrative approval if the owner is happy with our suggestions, right? You can give the details of that, Emily.
Yes, so how it would work is if the Architectural Review Board were to vote tonight hypothetically to have the colors flip so that the lettering is pink and the background is black, there is one size modification that we need to have changed, so they would conditionally approve that tonight. If the owner was not happy with that decision, they have an appeal process. They could appeal it to the town council to have further consideration on it and try to get the pink background approved.
So any,
I'm with you on this one. I kind of feel like everyone else kind of has a black background, and I think the black background's a good fit for the complex. I think the pink lettering would look good on that. So I do agree with what you said.
Yeah, I also agree that, there's not really a precedent to have a pink background. So my preference would be to have the black background. I don't see that big of a deal with a white lettering or a pink lettering. I think I'd be fine with either.
yep, and they're totally branding away from that chef icon, huh? I kind of like that icon, but
Well, it may stay. I have a feeling that if they don't get what they want, they may just leave what they have. So we'll see.
yep.
It's not my choice.
So a straw man vote, we're pretty much pink background just doesn't cut it, right? And the options would be keep it white, or we would even be lenient towards a pink lettering, right?
Mhm.
How do you want us to proceed on this, Emily? Do you want us to put a conditional vote in that gets finalized on administrative approval?
Yes, so if you get my packet page number, one moment, please. Packet page 17, if you look at the bottom, I have a draft motion there, and what you'll need to modify in this draft motion is that the channel lettering would be the option for pink or white channel lettering and a black background. And then please ensure that the last sentence remains, based on our sign ordinance that we have in place, we need a alteration of the square footage, but that can be handled administratively.
And do we want to give them the option for that icon, or are they totally branding away from that icon?
We're doing 4 or 5 locations in the area, and they're all
Branding away from it?
branding away from it.
Okay, so we won't even include that at this time. If you do want it, you could always reapply, but
Okay.
Do you want me to make that?
Oh, yeah, go for it.
I move that the Architectural Review Board conditionally approve ZP number 1202 underscore 6612 COA for signage update installation at 6612 Watts Road. This approval includes the following detail: the front and side elevation signage in channel pink or white lettering and a black background. The sign must be altered to be 25 square feet or less for the front facade. Following the resubmission of the size as well as coloring, the zoning administrator will verify the colors and size prior to sign off.
I second that.
okay. Got a motion and a second. Last chance for any type of discussion, and I'll give you last say as well. Do you have any comments? Or?
No comments here.
Okay. So we'll put it up for a vote. Since this is a denial, I always like to go for a roll call, please.
Larson,
Yes.
Marvin,
Yes.
Press,
Yes.
Well, thanks for coming out.
All right, thank you.
I hope we didn't set you back too bad, but
Not at all.
Lydia and I'll follow up with you. Thank you.
Okay, next on the agenda, we got the old business.
Yes, so it's been a little bit since we have met. Just a couple little updates. So I am still actively working with the Dominics on the property there at the corner of St. Paul and Washington Street. So they don't have anything ready just yet to bring back to the Architectural Review Board, but they are actively working with a civil team and an architectural team for the design of that building that they're wanting to put there. So we are working through that. Another old business item, the demolition that was approved 1 year ago for the 3 single-family homes on Blight Drive. We adequately noticed the property owners, let them know that they were coming up on the expiration of that COA that they received. At the time, they were unable to act on it, and they understood the process, and they stated that they will come back in and seek a new COA for demolition of those 3 structures. So we will make notes in our files that that application, I believe in the next day or 2, officially has expired. So those are my major old business updates, unless there's any specific questions on old business.
Lane Motors. I know for the
Right now,
longest
we
time.
have no update. We were awaiting what we thought was going to be a finalized sale in the early November timeframe. And to our knowledge, this did not happen or is not happening.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, is that all you have?
Mhm.
You have anything, Jeff?
I'm good.
Okay, how about everything that's happening around us? Will we consider that new business or old business?
Either one.
Because, we got the information session we just had recently for the Heathcote area. You also got, I guess, rezoning and site plans coming up for what's up on Somerset, near the corner of Somerset Railroad tracks. I guess any updates on those?
Certainly. So Monday, a week ago, there was an informational open house here at Town Hall, and the developer Buchanan Partners, who is working on the commercial development here right off of Heathcote, they're actively constructing the commercial side of it. They are in the final phases of their rezoning application that they started working on. So they were here, they're presenting to the community in total on the north and south side of Heathcote. So both sides of it, there will be approximately 232 townhomes that are going to be put in. On the south side of Heathcote, so on our side of it, there will be an entry exit point onto Old Carolina or Jefferson Street here in town. And so I was at that meeting along with several of our council members. We shared concerns regarding that entry exit point of the neighborhood to feed out there. We also shared concerns that where it's located, it becomes a very quick straight shot to the VDOT commuter lot that's there. There is a tie-in. And so we were concerned about commuter traffic utilizing that as a cut-through point and it creating further traffic issues that we would have here in town. So that's been fully explained. We will be submitting official comments to the county regarding this. We were also concerned regarding the stormwater management for that neighborhood. We're receiving a little bit of concern and issue with stormwater management already from the new development that went in the town of Haymarket by D.R. Horton. That neighborhood's called Robinson Paradise. It's just over the bridge and on the left-hand side of Jefferson Street. So we're actively working through that stormwater. And we wanted to make sure this new rezoning was not going to further add to the problems that they're having. So the good news is all of the stormwater for the south portion of Jefferson Street is already designed and planned to go under Heathcote in a pre-existing stormwater infrastructure system and be handled on the north side of Heathcote. So that's that project over there. That's the Heathcote Marketplace. I don't know exactly what they're calling the residential portion, but we'll get the name of that and start putting it in the reports. As for the other project mentioned, so if you're familiar, a couple months back, a year back, we were looking at a rezoning that was proposed for the Route 15 area on the south side of the railroad tracks headed towards 29, but just right there on the other side of the tracks. That was originally called High Point at Haymarket. That has since changed. A different developer is involved and a different team has resubmitted for rezoning there. That's a combination of different styles of multifamily housing from 2/2s, condos, and townhouses. And there will be approximately 247 units on that site. Part of the project there includes 4 acres that's within the town of Haymarket and is designated as conservation land. We actually just had a meeting this morning. They are not proposing to build residential structures on the 4 acres within the town of Haymarket. They would like to instead do their stormwater management pond on this piece of land. And so they're proposing a wet pond that they would be able to do plantings around. And then this would be their open space that they need for the development. They're also proposing a natural trail with a natural type of surface. Thank you. Walkway. So that's currently what's in front of us for rezonings very close to the town boundaries. Town council will hear tomorrow night the rezoning that is outside of town on Route 15. That's the Lumina one I just mentioned. And we'll be gathering additional comments to present to the county. Our comments are all due December 29th. So if anybody has anything additional, please let us know. Right now, we're talking about traffic. We're talking about impact to services in and around Haymarket in our area, lack of pedestrian connectivity up into town and how that is restrictive for the development, proximity to the railroad track and what that would cause for additional traffic mitigation in that area, and then how the entry exit point onto Route 15 is currently handled and what they're proposing. Those are main concerns of quite a few.
And on the development on our property piece of it, I'm sure they're going to have to shift land to put the retaining pond in and all that stuff. I'm assuming there's going to be safety mechanisms put in place. Are we going to be kept in tune to the fencing that might be going around it and all that stuff?
Yes, so if they do proceed forward with putting in any type of stormwater management or any improvement on that 4 acres, they still have to submit a full site plan to the town of Haymarket, and we do have to go through that review process. So they'll still be held to the same design review standards, especially for stormwater management wet ponds. So that would include the appropriate safety fencing and signage about water rises rapidly, do not enter, those types of things.
Yep. That was one of my major concerns is they may go through saying, well, that's all landscaping, so we didn't need a site plan for it.
No,
I wanted to make
we-
sure they weren't going to bypass us
Not at all.
somehow.
No, we just had that meeting this morning. And actually Prince William County has been very communicative about this project and has set up a meeting with us on Friday so that the county is speaking directly to us regarding it. So far it's actually been a very good rezoning project in the sense that we have a lot of communication and the applicant as well as the county has reached out to us. So very much appreciated.
Awesome.
Okay.
I forgot I did have one thing.
Mhm.
So in Green Hill Crossing, speaking of Washington and St. Paul, there's a fence that Green Hill Crossing is looking to extend. We just wanted to find out if that's something we needed to submit an application for. I have a photo of the fence because it's not very
Let's talk
descriptive.
further about its location after the meeting.
You got it.
and-
I wasn't sure if it should be brought up
application.
before or during or after, but yeah,
We'll
let's
talk
cover
more
it.
after.
Okay.
Okay.
That's all.
Yeah, since we got the old business and new business mixed, I guess I'll throw new business out there as well. The corner of Crossroads Village, was there a site plan submitted for the hotel?
Oh, that
Corner.
corner, yes. So for reference points here, Kitty Academy is built up, and then there's vacant land to the west of Kitty Academy and right behind CVS there. And so a preliminary site plan has been submitted for a hotel. They're going off of a previously approved special use permit to allow for 6 stories. That special use permit does not have an expiration date on it. And so they are applying for that full 6-story hotel on that site. We don't have full architectural elevations at this point. We only have the preliminary site plan. And then secondly, they've also put in a submission for a retail structure that would sit just in front of the Kitty Academy structure there.
And now I'm assuming this site plan falls under the SUP, so we will not have to work, there will not be any type of submission for any type of like traffic impact analysis or any of that sort of thing, right? It's strictly just an elevation.
That's correct. So they'll need to, when they apply for their site plan officially, when they get out of that preliminary phase, they'll be working with VDOT for any necessary outside agency review regarding traffic, but there will be no further traffic impact analysis required. And that was previously approved in 2018? Yeah, 2018
And the,
or 2019.
2019, I think.
Was it summer 2019?
Yeah.
is the
Okay.
intent that they'll use Crossroads Village Boulevard?
Yes,
their main
that's
road,
correct.
yeah.
So how it's been designed and discussed the entire time is that Crossroads Village Boulevard is that spine road that everything will come off of, and it terminates into the hotel parking lot,
Okay.
and will be the main entry exit point.
And last question with Crossroads Village. Any direction on what's happening with the Lidl property, if it's going to stay Lidl or if it's going to change?
No direction at this time. So we had overgrowth of weeds and vegetation this past summer when we reached out to them and requested that they come out and take care of the property. They did so on a Saturday, and within 48 hours, a for sale sign was posted and has remained. So when we had originally had the conversation about the overgrowth, they stated that if Lidl were to come in and build, they would be looking at a smaller footprint. However, it was not certain or guaranteed that they would be resubmitting a site plan.
Okay. I think that's all the questions I had.
Something I thought of as we were kind of talking about old and new kind of blurred together or blended together. I know at one point there was an issuing of RFP for the new town pavilion or town, you know,
Yes. Mhm.
kind of revitalizing that area. Is there anything that you can report on that?
So I'm very happy to report that we have quite a few interested parties. So I think that's really great so far. We have a lot of questions coming in and interest in that RFP. It's going to be due on January 5th at 3 p.m. is when it closes.
Okay.
So then staff and I will do a review of the proposals that come in, and we'll work closely with the finance liaisons to make a recommendation. And then we will be bringing that to the town council. Our plan is to move just as quick as we can so we can really get the engineering on that going and a contract signed, hopefully still in this budget,
Mhm.
and then be working on that engineering well into fiscal year 27.
And that is just to kind of improve like drainage as well as build the pavilion as well?
It would be the entirety of the park.
site,
So
yeah,
it
okay.
would be, in there, we have 3 task orders. So the first task order, and I think one of the most important ones that the council decided on, is that the consultant would come in and hold public charrettes with the community to reaffirm the elements of the master plan that we previously worked on and ensure that the community has good input of what they would like to see there. It'll include the design of a pavilion and restroom structures, maybe together, maybe separate. We're kind of looking for feedback from that consultant of what's recommended and what's done in the field. And then ultimately, it's going to be the full civil engineering and architectural design of our town park.
Okay.
Yeah. To include the use of the stone as well. We got some great questions about that. And back in November, I actually met with one or two of the consultants who are interested, and they came out to put eyes on it and really look at everything. So I'm very hopeful we'll have some good proposals to review.
Great.
Yep. Thank you for asking. That's a good one to ensure that we add back into old business and keep you guys updated on that. So I will make that, I'll work with Alexandra to keep that on there.
Okay, thank you.
And we might as well roll in town hall site plan.
Yeah, we were just talking about that today at finance meeting. So the town council has also prioritized, you'll see it here in a minute, in the strategic plan, but they've also prioritized the site plan for the town hall center. So that's the exterior site work. We had this plan approved and signed off finally in August of 2023. It's something they've been working on since 2015, if not earlier than that. And so this site plan will address the drainage, stormwater on our site. It will remove the gravel in the back. We'll have a formalized curb and gutter paved parking lot all the way around the town hall complex. It'll put in the final connection of the sidewalk so it matches up with the shared use path and brings it all the way into the intersection and ties into our sidewalk network. It'll also allow for room here on Jefferson Street to do a right-hand only turn lane onto Washington Street. So it's not going to fix all of the traffic problems at the intersection, but it should help mitigate a little bit of it. And then it will readdress parking on site. So over here, these angled parking spaces will become straight head-on normal parking. This will officially become two-way travel ways. We'll have a couple additional parking spaces added. And then the front green gets modified a little bit to have a nice hardscape there at the intersection with the sidewalks coming together, and then a nice pathway up to the town hall structure. So council's finalizing the funding options. We're hoping that by early budget season for FY27, we'll have good direction from council and a plan forward so we can start securing funding.
And has there been any discussion on the aesthetics, the architectural of the exterior?
No, we have not. So right now, this is just for the site work. There
Okay.
will be no further exterior work on the building at this time.
Okay, because I think in an earlier, we had potentially talked about having like a joint session with town council to talk about the
Yes,
exterior.
and so that's been placed on hold just based on where our priorities are and our funding's at. This building is functioning just fine for us right now, and so we want to prioritize the exterior to get the stormwater taken care of, the turn lane and sidewalk put in,
Mhm.
and then really prioritize the town park.
Sure, makes sense.
Any more questions? Okay, we'll move on. Planning Commission updates. Jeff, I don't know how much history you have with PC. Were you at the last meeting?
Yes, yes, it was at the last meeting. I think I've been to three now, I believe. Was I supposed to bring updates from? Planning
Yeah,
Commission?
liaison, you pretty much give us what topics you
Okay.
focused on, just a brief description.
The second drive-through lane for Chick-fil-A was a major topic. I didn't bring any notes. I thought I just liaison mostly notes from this one to the other, but I guess it's back and forth. My apologies.
Both ways, yeah.
Understood.
I can help you out if you
Please,
like.
if you don't mind.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
Yes. Yeah,
Noted,
so
moving
as
forward.
Jeff mentioned, the Chick-fil-A drive-through expansion site plan was our main agenda item and talking point last week when we met with Planning Commission. So they had previously received their approval for the special use permit to allow them to build out a second drive-through lane. And they were going through the site plan process, the condition being that the fire marshal with Prince William County signed off on it. So They have received that conditional approval. The only thing they need to work through is just minor comments with the town staff. So we're working on those items. We've already spoken on the Lumina rezoning application. That's the one again off of Route 15. And then I guess most importantly coming up for the town is the Planning Commission set a public hearing date for a rezoning application located in town at 14600 Washington Street, also referred to as QBE property. And so that public hearing date is for January 20th at 7 p.m. here at Town Hall. And if anyone is interested, again, for transparency purposes for our community, the full application has been uploaded into the Planning Commission agenda packet on the town's website from December 9th, as well as the town council's regular meeting packet from December 1st. So both of those agenda packets on the town's website have all of the full documents to include the traffic impact analysis. So a couple 100-page document that you can view there. Otherwise, we went through same old and new business updates, and that was about everything for Planning Commission. Our January meeting, I guess last thing, our January meeting would be originally on January 13th, but due to a scheduling conflict with one of our members and wanting to make a full quorum for the public hearing, we have pushed our regular meeting to January 20th, same night as that public hearing date
What time is the public hearing again?
at 7 p.m.
Oh, okay.
So we're having it concurrent with the town meeting? So what you
No.
kind of said?
No, sir, there's separate.
Okay.
So
Yeah, I don't remember what the town meeting time is. If we shifted it from like whatever it is, the 4th to,
So
11th or
town
whatever.
council's January meetings are going to be January 5th. So that's our
5th.
normal first Monday at 7 p.m. And then our normal last Monday of the month, January 26th. So 1 week prior is when we hold the Planning Commission public hearing on the 20th.
okay. So any questions for Planning Commission? Okay, we'll move on then. Town council updates. Biggest thing we've been doing is strategic planning. Most of the other things have been administrative, such as filling all the moving positions in the Planning Commission and ARB holes. But I guess the primary one is the strategic plan. In here, you do have the strategic plans. We set, what did we set, 6 or 7 goals?
We set 6 overarching goals.
Yeah, we got 6 overarching goals and probably on average about 6 strategies for each one of those goals. Some of them are a few less, some of them are a few more. But take a look at that. If you have any comments, we do have it open for public comments before we adopt it at our next town meeting. Did I miss anything, Emily?
No, those are the major items for council. In the very beginning of that strategic plan is the priorities. So the town council, each member completed a online survey and worked with our third-party facilitator to determine the priorities for council. And so those are listed out here, 1 through 10 as our top 10 priorities. And the lower the number, so the lower the response value, the higher the priority level. And I just want to call to attention that 1 and 2 have ranked in at the same value of 1.5 being the most important and priority. And that would be the town hall site plan and the town park plan. So really, I just want to stress to the board as well as the community that in all of the conversations with the council, these two priorities have been lockstep, 1 and 2. Really, it's 1A and 1B, or 1 and 1. But we had to put a numerical value to it. So definitely take a look at it. The only other thing I think I would mention in regard to the strategic plan is goal number 5, I think would be something that our ARB would help us as a town accomplish. So preserve Haymarket history. I want you guys to read through that. Just make sure that that aligns with what the ARB would hope and want to do with the town council. And that would be something that we can start working on soon. So that's all I have. Otherwise, we moved our work session from December 29th to tomorrow night, December 18th at 7 p.m. So we'll be talking about it again tomorrow night.
Yep,
Bless you.
and I would add to it, item 5 or item 6, the community engagement. There's a lot of ARB feedback that'll be focused on in there. As you can see, we got the love sign in there, artwork throughout the community. These are new things that'll have to come up, and the ordinances will probably need to be adjusted. And so feedback from ARB would be important here. Any questions?
Nope.
Okay, then we'll move on. Next topic. Quick.
I'll make a motion to adjourn tonight's meeting.
The motion is
Second.
second. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Meeting's adjourned.